And welcome, everybody. We are now joined by the members of the Napa High football team, Jack Giguiere and head coach Askari Adams. So with that, we'll go right into the talk here. First off, first thing I want to ask you guys is, what are your thoughts on playing this shortened spring season? I mean, 5 games. It's a shortened season. You guys begin with the first bye too. So you want to talk about that a little?
Well, I'm just excited to be able to play and get out there again. I wasn't looking like we're going to be able to do it, so I'm just excited that we'll be able to go out there again for one last season with all my teammates.
Yeah, I think it's great for the kids. They've been working their butts off since June, and they've been wanting the season. We've been wanting the season, and I'm just glad that it's finally here, and the season's good to go out with a bang.
So we can't talk about the season without kind of talking about the elephant in the room. Without you guys lost Brock Bowers. How have you guys adjusted to that so far here in the beginning of the season? Jack, I know he's one of your best friends. Askari, I saw you at the National Letter of Intent signing. How have you guys adjusted to that?
It's you lose a guy like Brock. It's it hurts, but we have great athletes, great kids in our team, and and kids are stepping up and looking great in practice right now. And they're just so excited and just so eager. And I think that it's gonna hurt, of course, but it's one of them things like, okay, next man up. And the kids that are filling his shoes, they're just happy and excited to be there.
Yeah, same thing as Coach Adams was saying. Just a lot of people see it as just stepping up and filling in where they can. Everybody's being great, just going wherever they're asked to play, and just excited to be out there. Really.
What's the team camaraderie been like as you guys have returned back? I mean, you guys had a pretty talented group last year. You guys really returned a lot of guys. So, I mean, how's that kind of been molded back into form here as you guys get playing again?
They spent so much time together. I mean, think about it. We've been together since June, and our core nucleus of our leaders have been together, and they've been the ones there, leading the young guys, through the conditioning and through these pods, and teach them, what we do here at Napa, and and just what it takes to be a Napa football player. And these seniors have stepped up and have done a great job.
Yeah, I just know we've been in pods since August, I think, and I know everyone's just excited to be all together now. In the last couple of weeks, we've just been able to get together as a team and really just go out, compete with each other, and it's just definitely a very exciting thing to do. So everyone's definitely very hyped to be together.
So you mentioned the pods thing. It wouldn't be the season if we didn't talk about the pandemic. So how has it been navigating through that pandemic? You guys can talk a little bit about that.
You want to go, Jack? You want me to go?
I know it was difficult at first because it was kind of just like we were separated from everybody on the team. Like we were just kind of with our positions, and especially in my position because I'm with the receivers and then also with the O-line. It was definitely something that you had to adjust to because you were only with fifth of the team. But, now that we're back as a team, it's definitely molding together a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Just the separation, not being able to, be together, essentially be together. And, now that we're able to all be together, kind of, distance still, but be together and be able to work as one unit, offense, one unit as defense, but also being able to be together as a team.
So another question I want to ask is, Askari, you're entering the season as the head coach. How's that adjustment for you and the team? Jack, you can talk about a little bit on this one too.
It's different, being last year being a defensive coordinator and then now this year being the head coach. It's a lot more responsibility, but having guys like Jack on the team and Isaac Rojas and Brody. It's it makes it a lot easy transition. With my assistant coaches. Tom Petterholm, Steve Hatton. Dave. Cavell Jenkins. Warren Bowers. Jeff Cheek. Our new OC. A great JV staff we have right now. With Jerry Harris and Gene Donaldson and Pat McConville, Pat O'Brien. I want to name them all. Anthony Brown. They've all contributed and made the transition that much easier. Hope I didn't forget anybody. But no, I just, honestly, I do love my assistant coaches and they, honestly, they just made it that much easier for me to transition into it. And, it's hard to, being just used to just coaching defense and comment on defense. Now I got to comment on offense. Now I got to comment on the special teams and, and help that out too. So, but it's, like I said, having a great staff and great players, like I said, like Jack and, and the rest of the seniors, it makes it easier.
Jack, how's the adjustment been for you guys on the players end?
Honestly, all the coaches made it pretty easy, and I already knew Coach Adams, so it wasn't like we had a new head coach coming in that I didn't know. So it's been a pretty easy transition, because I've known him for the last who knows now, but yeah, it was pretty easy.
Perfect. So now we can start talking about the season actually. So you guys have the first bye week of the year. How are you guys going to use that, and does it hurt you at all, given the fact that you have to have a trip to American Canyon after right when everybody else is playing the season? No, you like having the bye week right away?
For me, it's just another week to prepare.
Yeah. It gives us a chance to, like Jack said, prepare and get our feet on the ground. Yeah, we may not have that first week competition like everyone else, but, we are scrimmaging that weekend. So, and I look at like, hey, I feel we got the best offense. I feel we got the best defense, and so we're going against each other. So that's good competition.
How eager are you to have that American Canyon game as your first one, given the fact that that was such a tough game at the stadium last year, or 2 years ago now, but that was still a tough game. Things didn't go your way. That's got to be one that you've got circled, obviously, besides the fact that it's the first game of the season.
I look at it like, yeah, we had four losses last year. We just treat every game the same, one game at a time, and just hope we play our best.
All right.
Yeah, I just feel the same way as Coach. It's just another team to look at, and I'm excited. I feel the same way about every game. I'm gonna approach it the same way.
Makes sense. So, another thing that I want to talk about here is the fact that you guys don't have that preseason to sort of come out of the chutes and make mistakes and, try to win league. You guys kind of just have to be perfect right out of the gate. It's great you have the bye week, but does it hurt not having a non-league schedule? What's your views on that?
Everyone's in the same boat. No one's having a preseason schedule. Everyone's, I'm not going to talk for every team, obviously, but I don't think everyone's going to be hitting on all cylinders in the first week or first 2 weeks, So, like I said, we're all going to be in the same boat. And, I think, like I tell the kids, and I've been saying since I got here, go hard, play 100%, play fast, play smart, and that's how we attack every game.
Yeah, same thing. Those are the kind of things that you can't control, and you just got to put your best effort into the things you can control.
Gotcha. So, let's see here. You guys also will be playing a few games you guys also obviously have a big game on the schedule because that's not going to go anywhere, but the Justin Sienna game seems like it's always been a closer game than the score may indicate. Obviously what happened 2 years ago in 2018 was what happened, but last season they gave you a shot right out of the gate. Is that a game you guys are going to be looking forward to? I know you guys look forward to every game, but the Justin Sienna game seems like it always has a little bit more juice to it.
It's like we just said, we take every game the same. Justin's a little different than any team in our conference. throwing the ball all the time, spreading you out and, throwing the ball 60 times a game, 50 times a game, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I've had 1 year with, against them. So it was tough preparing for them, but it's like we said, we just, we prepare for each team, same way.
Yeah, and I see, like, I know some players will look at them differently just because of the crosstown team. We got we know kids on the team, but yeah, just gotta look at it as another team to prepare for.
So what about the fact that you guys are playing 3 straight road games to begin the season? I mean, you guys don't return to Memorial until the season's almost over. So road warrior mentality out of the gate, is that what you guys are rolling with? I mean, obviously it's part of the schedule, but do you like being on the road early? I mean, that's got to be odd.
Well, I'll take this one. You can fill in, Jack, if you want. But hey, I mean, no one likes being on the road. I mean, I wish I could play 5 home games, but it's the way that our schedule was, and and we just gotta play. We just gotta play the game. That's on our schedule. But we still got our last 2 games at home, and finish up the season at home, which is fine with me.
Yeah, something to look forward to coming home.
Gotcha. So I kind of want to touch on coaching changes. You mentioned Jerry Harris. You mentioned a few other coaches that it sounds like are back. Can you hit on that a little bit more, Askari?
On the new coaches?
Yeah, on the new coaches that are new.
Yeah, so we have Jeff Cheek. He's going to be our OC. He has college experience and been OC for a while. Great guy. He fit right in with our staff. We got Pat O'Brien, who's going to be helping us out, and she's actually a softball coach, and but been asking me since last year if she can come coach, because I helped out with their softball team last year, and
I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, she's catching my ear. Can I help with football? Can I help with football? I was like, all right, and I mean, she's doing great. I mean, she is such a great person. We have Cavell Jenkins, who comes from the East Coast, so my hometown, not my hometown, but my home area. But he's coaching our running backs, and he's our strength conditioning coach. High motor, high energy. He's the what do you call it, the pep guy? He's the one that gets them all fired up and busting them. I'm gonna say something I couldn't say, but no, he's the one that gets going. I think those are the only new ones. I think and Jerry Harris. He was a coach here for a while, and but he's been a great addition, helping out with the JV, and he's like I said, he's been coaching here for, I want to say 20 years, something like that.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Jerry Harris, because Jerry Harris was the freshman coach my 4 years when I was at Napa High. And he coached my younger brother, who graduated last year, up and when he was a freshman. So yeah, I'm very familiar with Jerry Harris.
Yeah, yes, he's like I say, he's a great guy, and he has loads of knowledge. So it's good to have him down there with him. Yeah. Oh, we have sorry, I almost forgot. Tyler Clark. He played for us last year, and he's helping out with the JV. Helping out with the DBs, and he was smart when he played. He's smart now, and he's able to teach those kids down there from hands-on experience. So so he's got a good mixture of coaches out there, and they're all doing a great job.
Jack, how have you noticed the coaches, and how's it been going with some of these new pieces that have been added?
Well, I mean, they've all fit in really well. Like how Coach Adams was talking about Coach Jenkins. He's definitely always almost seems as hyped as some of the players. He's running around, jumping up and down on the field. And yeah, and with Harris, like I've known him since freshman year. He was my freshman head coach. Or not even, I don't even know if he was my head coach, but yeah, all of them are meshing real well and pretty much getting to know everybody. So it's been pretty good.
So let's talk about the returners on this team. I know you guys returned Colex, Thomas Hatton, Isaac Rojas, just to name a few. How's that sort of been going with all the returners? Has it made the return to play sort of a little easier? I mean, you guys have all kind of played together for a year, so I'd imagine that has to help a little bit.
Oh no, it's definitely helping, especially because people who aren't in the people who are, especially with defense, because it's the same defense as last year. The returners are helping coaching kids up, the younger kids up on the sideline. So the returners are definitely, we have a lot, and they're helping out a lot.
Askari?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a good mixture of seniors on both sides of the ball that, like Jack said, or I look to the sideline, they're coaching the young kids up, and they want to make sure that they want their senior year to be successful, and they're working their butts off, and they're learning the offense, they're learning the defense. It's all starting to come back to them, and but they're picking up things really well. And like today in practice, I was like, for defensively, I was like, all right, I got these coverages in, but let me just throw this one and let me see what they can do. And I threw it in, and it was like, boom, they knew it, and they were able to run it. So it's good to have that experience and that, being able to have that wits about them, and, and they got a little chip on their shoulder.
So obviously a question that I think every coach is going to be asked is, how are you going to go back into a new season when this season ends? Because you go right into spring ball. Jack, for you, the same thing can be said because you're going to USD, right? I mean, so
Yeah.
how are you guys sort of handling this going from one season right into another?
Well, I mean, we're just looking at this season. This season is what's in front of us, and that's what we're dealing with. And that's what we want to take care of. It's like we said it before. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you got to take care of what's in front of you first, and what's in front of us is this season. And once we get through these 5 games and hopefully successful, then we'll move on. But until then, we're just gonna take each week.
Yeah, I honestly haven't even really thought about it. I'm just thinking about this season right now.
Gotcha. So the question that everybody is wondering, Askari, is who is the quarterback when you guys start the season? Do you have an answer to that yet?
Well, I'm trying to make a trade for Deshaun Watson, so we'll see. I mean, if I can do that, we'll be fine. I tell you what, we have 4 good quarterbacks right now, and it's up in the air. I don't think one person has an edge over the other, and it's 2 older guys, 2 younger guys, and they're out there battling every day.
Can you mention those 4 names so I can have them in the story?
I don't want to. I'll give you 2.
All right, give me the older guys.
We got Hunter and we got Anthony.
Kiwi. All right, perfect. That's all I need to know.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
so
Perfect. Let's see. You guys also returned a good amount of running backs, right? Trey Dennis, Benito Saldivar. How's that? How is it looking with the backs? Are they starting to play together with the line? Is the whole offense coming together?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a great 1-2 punch there. Gosh, he's gonna kill me. Rabbit. I just know first name. Rabbit's first name.
Isaac.
He's our third string running back, and I think our running back crew is pretty tight. We got a combination of speed, smart, tough. Yeah. I mean, I'll go into battle with any one of those 3.
Jack, how's it been from the tight end standpoint? I know it's you probably leading the way, but how's that been going from the tight end standpoint?
It's been pretty good. I mean, I'm not even really right now. We're just kind of rotating kids around, so I'm not even really sure who else is playing tight end at the moment. But it's going well right now.
You're also playing defense too, correct?
I believe so.
Well, yeah.
How's the defense coming along while we're at it here? I mean, I'll leave that open to you guys.
How's the defense going?
Yeah.
Going all right. Going all right. I got a lot of returning players, and being able to install is a lot easier than it was last year. So a lot of it is just review for them. But like I said, I want to just my biggest concern on defense is just making sure whatever's put in, they know and are able to run and cause turnovers and cause havoc. The less they do, the better.
Jack, how have you noticed the defense? Since I'm sure you've taken some reps there. If not, then you don't need to talk about it, but I'm just curious.
I mean, I've been taking more reps on offense, but yeah, it seemed they're doing pretty well even now. It's definitely, I know it's been harder because they haven't really ran it, but last year when it was, a new thing, like you said, it's pretty much review now.
So back to the schedule. You guys are obviously only playing 5 games. This means you're not playing one team in league. That team happens to be Sonoma Valley. Does that bother you guys at all? Like, what are your thoughts on not playing one league game? Not too worried about it. I mean, I get it's your senior year, but seem to be shaking it off.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it sucks that we can't play. Wanted to play as much games as possible, but it's just another thing you can't really control.
Askari?
I mean, I guess I'll be a little selfish. I mean, of course, like Jack said, you want to play as many games as possible, but I got to know Clay, Jackson really well, and he's a head coach over there, and it would have been nice to play against him.
I honestly forgot about him.
I forget about Coach Clay, but
I forgot he went over there. I remember I saw him.
Yeah, it would have been nice. What's that?
I forgot about that myself. I completely overlooked that, but yeah.
I mean, that's what really hurts. Not being able to play play against them. I talk to them, every so often, and but yeah, I mean, that's what that's not playing that game. That's what hurts.
And then final question here. I want to look ahead. I know you're not a person to look ahead, but big game last year was another close one. Your defense, I've talked to the vintage coaches. They were stumped by your defense in the second half. So is that obviously that's a game that's going to be a little bit different with crowd sizes and all that other thing, but you want to talk a little bit about what that game could be? I mean, with your defense, you had them stumped last year. That was a great finish.
Well, you want to know what my second half adjustments were?
No.
No,
No,
I'm playing. I mean, look, Vintage is a great team. They're well coached, they got smart players who are very disciplined, and I feel we have good coaches, great coaches over here, disciplined kids, and it's a battle. Last year they won the first half, we won the second half, but they won it overall. I mean, games like that with 2 evenly matched teams, most of the time it comes down to a coin flip, one play here, one play there. Obviously I wish the outcome was different, but hey, like I said, they're a good team and well coached, and it's gonna, once we get to that week and I can start thinking about it, hopefully it's another good game.
Jack, feel free to finish us up here.
Yeah, it's obviously a game, I've lost sophomore year. We got beat pretty badly, and last year was a tough loss, but yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be excited to play them again.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. For Askari Adams and Jack Giguiere, this has been Kyle Foster signing out.
All right, buddy. Thank you.